GadgetNate's week in review and preview for February 7th, 2021. And that zero is not a mistake. Check out Long Now Foundation in order to find out more about why we're putting a zero in front of the year. Before getting into the progress of last week, I want to tell you about inspiration4.com. This is something that was just announced this week. It is an opportunity where US persons 18 or over have a chance to go to space. It's going to be a free flying mission, so 3 or 4 days in orbit. You won't dock with the International Space Station or anything like that. One of the crew members, the pilot, who's also the one that's put together this opportunity, is Jared Isaacman, a person from St. Jude's who is a St. Jude's cancer survivor and is a healthcare worker there, is going to be going. But if you donate to St. Jude, you can be entered into an opportunity to win. And technically, you don't even have to donate, but you definitely want to give to this cause. Also, if you start a Shift 4 shop and you post an inspirational business story on social media, and it's the best one, you could potentially get a seat as well. So check out inspiration4.com. So how did I do last week? Well, it was mixed. The tracking of the time, forget that. That is not working out. We got the North Houston Space Society presentation. Of course, I promoted it and sent out emails. I did a countdown to the moon, 7 interviews and 3 reflections. I didn't finish the SD card for the moon box. Time is running out. I just have, maybe 1 or 2 more weeks max. So I really need to get that done. I sent out an email for the first time to the Countdown to the Moon mailing list. I'm limiting that to maximum 1 per month. This was the first time, so it'll be a couple of months before I send another one. I haven't began my outline for the Rotary Club speech. That's going to happen before you know it, and also the MarsCon, something I need to work on, and also didn't get started on that. The consistent wake up time, morning routine, tracking space and work time, consistent night routine, and sleep time at 10, none of that happened consistently. So I think I just need to kind of reset and take a step back. I did run for 3 days, 3 miles less than 11:35 minutes per mile. I used the tonal only for 2 days instead of 4. Basically, on Friday I was not feeling well at all, but I'm all better now. I didn't finish reading the Worldly Philosophers, and I did catch up on bills and finances, so that's pretty much that. I did the 7 countdown to the moon interviews. Interviewed Balome, which actually is South African for uncle. He's in South Africa. He works for a mining company, and it was a really inspirational talk to him. Sasha Raj actually is an English tutor or trainer in India, and had gotten in touch with him through Hong Nguyen in Vietnam, who also helps people in Vietnam learn English, and there's a network of English learners. Actually, Countdown to the Moon might be a good way for more advanced English speakers to get some experience practicing their English. So it'd be, if you know people that are learning English and would like to kind of talk about something a little bit unique and more advanced, send them my way. I talked to Laura, who runs a consulting firm called Astralytica, and to John, who's an engineering student, and Sanjay, who is a doctor and is in Pakistan, and Stephen Mullen, which is a co-worker from my Compact HP days. It was neat to get a catch up with him. And then DJ, my neighbor, who lives next door to me. Also, I watched 3 of the Countdown to the Moon interviews last year that I did. It was great to remember going to yoga and getting to talk to Hanmei, who is a geologist there. And she was really excited to see that one of the astronauts selected for the latest batch of astronaut trainees actually is South Korean. And then I also got to talk to Ritu. And it's interesting, how quickly air passenger travel changed between the time the airplane was created and just 100 years later. We went from having 0 passenger fly each year to uh, over a billion. And pre-COVID, I think we were doing like 3 or 4 billion a year in terms of passengers. Now, a lot of these are the same people flying multiple times, those frequent flyers, but it's still really amazing to think about. And then also getting to rewatch the Rebecca, Destiny, and Devante interview I did. That was fun. The North Houston Space Society chapter, we put on our monthly meeting. We had 28 people attend, lots of great discussions about the importance of children's books and educational materials to kind of inspire and to promote space and a future that's abundant. So I encourage you to go to check out northhoustonspace.org to see that meeting. This week, in terms of running, it went really well. Monday, did 3 miles, 11:22 minutes per mile, so underneath 11:35. Wednesday, 11:08, and today, 10:44. And I gotta tell you, while I'm running, it does not feel like I'm going all that fast. I look at my phone, I'm underneath the 11-minute, approaching the 10-minute mark in terms of my pace, and really feels like I have a lot more to give. So I think I'll be able to sustained improvements for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if all my times underneath 11 this coming week or the week after that, assuming that I'm feeling well. A lot of it might have to do with the weather. So the plans for this week, a consistent wake up time 6 a.m. Let's just focus on just this one fundamental thing. What time are we getting up? I'm going to run 3 days this week, 3 miles each time. Try to keep it under 11:30, so that's 5 seconds less than last week. Using total 4 days a week, that's sort of my goal, but I think I'm just going to put the goal for 3 days, just give me a little bit of room. I'm switching books to the first space race because I have the the book club meeting coming up, and I want to make sure I finish that book. And also, I'm going to try to have a great celebration for my nephew Isaac this coming Saturday, so that's going to be neat. So space goals for the Houston Space Society, going to put the information about the next meeting, prepare for the business meeting in March, lock down the speakers for future months, as many as I can, countdown to the moon, 7 interviews, 3 reflections, get that SD card for the moon box ready. Be awful to miss that. Begin my outline for the Rotary Club speech. Really going to begin the outline this time. Begin work on the outline presentation for MarsCom. That's just in March, so not much time. Also, I'm going to go do an interview to be a volunteer for Space Center Houston, hopefully on Wednesday. And then I want to be a judge for the Science and Engineering Fair of Houston. And there's judge training this week, and we begin judging the entrance. So that's the plan for this week, at least for my personal and space goals. I don't put my work goals on here. I keep that separate just in work, but there's quite a bit there too. Anyway, I hope you all go out and have an amazing week. And any feedback you have on how I could get better and things I should be thinking about, feel free to shoot them over my way. Okay, take care.